Have you ever met someone who seems to be interested in everything? Maybe they are learning to play the guitar while reading about space exploration, trying out cooking classes, exploring photography, and even studying a new language, all at the same time. You might think, how do they do it? Aren't they distracted? Or maybe you feel a little envious of their energy and curiosity. Today, we are going to dive deep into the psychology of people who have too many interests. We'll explore why they are like this, what it tells us about their minds, and how it shapes the way they live their lives. Let's start with something simple. Imagine your mind as a library. Some people prefer to focus on just one section of a library, maybe philosophy, or science, or art, and read every book in that section. But some people don't stop at one section. They roam around, picking up books from every corner of the library. History, music, cooking, psychology, astronomy. They are fascinated by all of it. This is the essence of having multiple interests. And psychology has a lot to say about why this happens. The first key idea to understand is a personality trait called openness to experience. Psychologists have a framework called the Big Five personality traits, which includes openness, conscientiousness, extroversion, agreeableness, and neuroticism. People with high openness are naturally curious, creative, and drawn to new experiences. They don't just want to stick to what they know, they want to explore, experiment, and learn. For example, imagine a person named Sarah. Sarah wakes up one morning and decides she wants to learn about marine biology. By the evening, she is watching documentaries about dolphins, reading articles on coral reefs, and even planning a small experiment in her backyard with fish. Her brain craves variety, and she finds joy in exploring many paths at once. This pattern isn't random. It's a trait psychologists recognize as high openness, which is strongly linked to creativity, intelligence, and even resilience. People with high openness tend to enjoy thinking about abstract ideas, imagining possibilities, and challenging conventional thinking. But having many interests is not just about personality. It's also about how the brain processes novelty and reward. Every time we try something new, our brain releases a chemical called dopamine, which makes us feel excitement and motivation. For people who love variety, dopamine spikes frequently because every new interest or activity triggers this reward system. Think of it like your brain celebrating every time you try something different. This is why multi-passionate people often seem full of energy, eager to explore, and driven by curiosity. Now, let's talk about creativity and problem solving. People who engage in many different activities are often very creative because their brain is constantly making connections between seemingly unrelated ideas. Imagine someone who studies music, painting, and coding. When faced with a challenge, their brain might pull a solution from painting techniques or a melody they once created. This process is called mental cross-pollination, taking knowledge from one area and applying it in another. In many ways, people with multiple interests are natural innovators because they don't think in straight lines. They think in webs, connecting ideas from many different directions. However, there is a challenge too. Sometimes, people with too many interests struggle with focus and finishing tasks. If their brain is always chasing novelty, they might start 10 projects but finish only 3. This is not laziness. It's how their neurological system responds to rewards. Their brain finds new activities more exciting than continuing old ones. For instance, consider Daniel, a student who starts learning guitar, painting, chess, and French all in 1 month. By the end of the month, he may have made progress in all, but he hasn't mastered any. While the energy is impressive, it can sometimes create frustration if it's not guided carefully. This is why psychologists emphasize the importance of self-awareness for multi-passionate people. Understanding how your mind works is key to balancing curiosity with accomplishment. This brings us to another important concept: portfolio engagement. Research shows that having multiple interests can actually increase happiness and resilience. Why? Because when one interest feels stressful, boring, or disappointing, others can provide joy and meaning. Think about someone who loves cooking, hiking, and playing video games. If they have a bad day at work, they can still find excitement and comfort in their other passions. Their life is not dependent on just one source of fulfillment. This psychological portfolio creates emotional balance, meaning multi-passionate individuals are often better equipped to handle stress and setbacks. So, How can people with too many interests manage their lives effectively? Psychologists suggest finding a balance between breadth and depth. Breadth means exploring many different things, while depth means going deep enough into one or two interests to feel mastery and accomplishment. For example, Maria loves photography, reading novels, learning languages, and practicing yoga. She might choose to dedicate weekends to photography and weekday evenings to language learning. This allows her to enjoy the thrill of variety while also gaining satisfaction from mastery in specific areas. Over time, she can rotate her focus, ensuring each interest grows while none are neglected entirely. Another tip comes from understanding the brain's reward system. Because novelty is addictive for multi-passionate people, it's important to structure learning in a way that keeps dopamine flowing without becoming overwhelming. Breaking projects into small, achievable goals, celebrating progress, and rotating activities strategically can keep the mind engaged without causing distraction or burnout. Think of it as gardening. You water different plants at different times, giving each enough attention to grow while still enjoying the diversity of your garden. Multi-passionate individuals also often face social pressures. Society tends to value specialization and linear paths. Pick one career, people say, focus on one goal. This can create tension for multi-passionate minds, which are naturally inclined to explore many paths at once. Psychologists call this role conflict, the stress of wanting to do many things but feeling pressured to choose only one. For example, Alex is passionate about graphic design, psychology, and sports science. Friends and family might insist he focus on just one field, but choosing one could mean giving up other passions that bring him joy and meaning. In this situation, integration is the key. By finding ways to connect interests, like creating wellness apps that combine psychology and sports science, or designing art inspired by psychological concepts, Alex can maintain his multi-passionate lifestyle without sacrificing purpose or fulfillment. Let's also talk about mental health and well-being. People with multiple interests often enjoy higher resilience because they have several ways to cope with stress and find meaning. Engaging in different activities can reduce the impact of setbacks, as one failed project does not define their self-worth. However, the constant search for novelty can sometimes lead to restlessness or anxiety if not balanced. Mindfulness, planning, and self-awareness are important tools to help multi-passionate individuals maintain balance. By observing which activities energize them and which drain them, they can prioritize their energy wisely. To make this even more relatable, let's look at some real-life examples. Leonardo da Vinci. He was not just an artist. He studied anatomy, engineering, music, and architecture. His curiosity across multiple fields allowed him to innovate in ways that specialists could not. His notebooks show sketches of flying machines, detailed human anatomy, and artistic masterpieces, all reflecting a mind wired to explore. Benjamin Franklin. He was a printer, inventor, writer, diplomat, and scientist. Each interest fed into the other, creating a life full of creativity and impact. Franklin didn't limit himself to one pursuit. His multi-passionate mind allowed him to leave a lasting legacy across many domains. Modern multi-passionate professionals. Today, many entrepreneurs, scientists, and artists pursue multiple interests simultaneously. They prove that diverse passions, when managed thoughtfully, can lead to extraordinary success and innovation. There are also some common myths about multi-passionate people that we should address. One myth is that they are scatterbrained or indecisive. In reality, their minds are wired for curiosity, pattern recognition, and exploration. They aren't distracted, they are exploring possibilities. Another myth is that multi-passionate people cannot achieve mastery. While mastery takes time and focus, multi-passionate individuals often develop skills in multiple areas, sometimes even combining them in unique, innovative ways that single-focused people cannot imagine. Understanding the psychology of multi-passionate individuals can also help us appreciate their strengths. They tend to think creatively and connect ideas across domains. Adapt quickly to new challenges and environments. Maintain resilience by having multiple sources of fulfillment. Inspire others with their curiosity and energy. So, what can we learn from all this? People with too many interests are not distracted or unfocused. Their minds are wired for curiosity, exploration, and creativity. They find joy in learning, thinking, and experiencing life in many ways. Their challenge is learning to balance novelty with focus, breadth with depth, and energy with strategy. When they do, they can achieve fulfillment, resilience, and innovation in ways that single-focused individuals might never experience. Ultimately, the psychology of people with multiple interests teaches us something profound. Life is not meant to be linear. It is a rich tapestry of experiences, ideas, and passions. Curiosity is not a flaw, it is a gift. Learning, exploring, and trying new things are not distractions. They are pathways to growth and happiness. By understanding the psychological mechanisms behind multi-passionate minds, we can appreciate their unique strengths, help them manage challenges, and even learn to embrace a little curiosity ourselves. So the next time you meet someone who seems to be interested in everything under the sun, don't call them scatterbrained or indecisive. Instead, recognize the incredible power of their mind. A mind wired to explore, connect, create, and grow. The psychology of multi-passionate people is a celebration of curiosity, a lesson in creativity, and a reminder that the human mind is capable of far more than we often realize. Embrace curiosity, explore widely, and remember that your interests, no matter how many, are pathways to discovering the fullest potential of your mind. As we wrap up today's journey into the fascinating minds of people with many interests, remember this. Curiosity is not a flaw, it's a gift. Every new idea you explore, every skill you dabble in, and every passion you follow adds a layer to your unique mind. Embrace your curiosity, celebrate your diverse interests, and don't be afraid to explore paths that others may not understand. Your mind is a universe, and each interest is a star waiting to shine. If you found this video insightful, thought-provoking, or simply inspiring, make sure to hit that subscribe button and join our community at the Inner Mind Psychology. Here we dive deep into the secrets of the human mind, uncover hidden patterns, and explore the psychology behind the way we think, feel, and grow. Don't forget to like this video, share it with someone who's curious about their mind, and leave a comment telling us which of your many interests excites you the most. Your curiosity deserves to be celebrated, and here it always will be. Stay curious, stay inspired, and remember, your mind is capable of incredible things. Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep discovering the amazing depths of the inner mind psychology.